Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
It's me, former President Donald Trump. You're watching the best show in the history of the internet, okay? It's Big League. It's better than anything from China. Way better than the China virus and the Chinese space program. So fake. We've got your hosts, David Weiss, DITRH. Yes, Dave, I got the Flat Earth app. I gifted it to Barron. Melania loves it. Jared's a fan, and so is Netanyahu. They all love it. They also all love Alex Stein, my guy. Primetime 99 on the grind all the time. Sure, he's a little annoying, but he grew on me big time. And then there's Jared, who runs the best channel on YouTube, hands down. Well, mine's better, but he's in second. I'm gonna become a patron, Jared, so I can watch the second half of the Jaredism show. Consider it done. Welcome, everyone, to the Baby Truther Show, Thursdays at 12 noon Pacific. I gotta run for now. I'm getting sick and gotta get off this boat.
He does have to get off that boat, and I did notice also he's wrong again. I mean, Trump's just such a liar. We start at 12:30 today. Here's this guy saying we start at noon. It's 12:42. What a joke this guy is. Welcome to the show, everybody. It is Baby Truther, episode number 5, and if you look down in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see that we're being babysat today. We can't do it on our own. We have to bring Rose into the show. So let's bring her on. Rose, who is below me wearing a hat. Are you trying to be like me? Is that what's going on here?
Yes, I'm trying to be just like you, Jaren.
I figured. Oh, that's the wrong screen. How about that one? There we go. I like it. It looks good other than the fog. You're in like a little fog.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Spoke before the show? Is that what it is? Is the room a little bit... That's what it is. You clam baked that room, didn't you, before the show? Unbelievable.
It's been an ongoing problem.
And we got to get that taken care of. Well, we also have Alex Stein in the house. Alex, what up?
Well, I'm just glad to say that people are enjoying the mute button, and if David presses that mute button today, I swear I'm going to reach through this computer screen and freak out. So, just be on the lookout for a freak out. So, just want to start off the show with that.
I'm a little muffled to start, right? Just kind of.
No, do I sound muffled? Maybe I'm talking low. I'm just I'm a little disgruntled because when I clicked to go live, for some reason it said I had to re-put in my stream key. So you know how big of a pain in the butt that is, Jaron? And you're trying to put in your stream key as you're trying to go live. It's just
Jaron, are you saying that muffled is better or worse than not muffled?
I know, it's hard to believe. I think he's growing on me to the point where I need the yelling. If he's not yelling, something's wrong. It's like, what's going on? What's wrong with Alex? Who gave him a tranquilizer pill?
And Rose, would you like access to the Alex mute key, or are you good?
No,
I would not.
Rose
I'm not
cannot
about
have
that.
access.
Never.
I am not about censorship.
Exactly, David. You are about censorship. You're like Joe Biden, dude. You're like the new Truth Ministry. I swear, dude. You are like that.
How dare you?
No, that's not true. Come on. I think Dave.
I don't know.
At least a few more. We are, believe it or not, on Rockfin. How about that? For the first time ever, I believe. I think we're running. Yeah, it looks like there's some people watching, some people chatting. So welcome Rockfin to the Jarenism family, I guess, or welcome me to the Rockfin family. I don't know how you want to look at it.
Wait, Jared, how many people are watching on Rockfin already?
I think it says 7, at least according to my screen. I don't know.
That's pretty good for your first stream, minute. You got 7 people out of the box.
Rockfin, if you think about it, Rockfin's $10 a month, and people don't they pay $10 a month not to have ads on YouTube?
It's more than that. It's like 20. I pay like 18. Yeah.
Yeah. So you pay that not to have any ads, but you get no content. At Rockfin,
exactly.
I want to try to do a stream over there and just say everything that would just get me deleted on YouTube and see if it goes.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I just go out there and just see how long it lasts. But I mean, if you look at some of the thumbnails and some of the titles, I mean, it reminds me of YouTube circa 2016, back in the good old days, the glory days.
We're going to be saying some extremely controversial things today. So today we will be able to test out what is possible on Rockfin.
Hour number 2.
That is very true. Hour number 2. We're going to push the proverbial envelope, aren't we?
Let me make it clear, though, just so people understand. If you're a patron, there's no difference in what you get here or at Rockfin, just so you know. But if you want to sign up, which I think you should if you haven't already, just because you can watch Globebusters, rumor has it there's even somebody that's on this show right now that may even end up having a show, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. So we're going to be trying to bring as many people over as we can, and for $10 you get it all. It's back to free speech. It's and it's promoting each other. Yeah, it's promoting each other, and come over to this network and be part of this network. And it's also crypto, whether you realize it or not. Everything is paid to creators in the RAE token, which is currently about $1.50. That's a cheap buy, Dave. I say you go all in on the RAE token, Dave.
The fact that I won't go all in on it means that you should go all in on it.
Right. Actually, I think Dave. I don't know, Dave. I think I would follow you at this point. It seems like riches they follow you somehow. Oh, I heard a terrible joke today. You want to hear a terrible joke?
Sure.
Yes, of course.
This is not a racist joke.
Yeah, kind of.
All right, well, bring it.
Why didn't Hitler ever run a marathon?
Because the Jews smoked them? I don't know.
No, because he couldn't finish the race.
But
I love Final Solution humor.
Wow.
Where'd you read that one? At your local KKK meeting? Or I'm just kidding. That's
no, that was
that was just that you just heard that at.
I forgot that
the bagel shop probably.
I'm not going to enjoy that joke at all. Not a joke. It's terrible. It's terrible humor. It's potty humor. So, Dave, what do you want to start with today? Is there anything? Wait, did I introduce Dave? Dave, by the way, I just got done listening to your podcast interview with those two guys. It's pretty good.
Which two guys? I've been doing so many, man.
The two guys that were pretty open to it. They were really big fans of Gaddafi, or the Gaddafi story is what.
Okay.
Jeez, now I gotta look it up where that was. It was some podcast out of Colorado, maybe.
It's very possible, dude. There's so many. I'm like, I can't even remember who I've been doing, but I do remember two guys that were into it, and I think it aired recently.
Okay.
I've done a lot. I did the One Republic Network or something like that. One, I'm sure I'm getting that wrong with It was on a whole bunch of different platforms. There was lots of people listening. We took calls for an hour. Every single caller was a flat earther. So
that didn't help so much.
Well, it was okay. They were good calls, but I'm just saying, I prefer the baller calls. But it's just amazing that flat earthers they're everywhere. I'd say more than 50% of the shows I'm doing, the people are like, I know, I'm open to flat earth. I just learned about it. They've already taken that turn. It's not like I'm starting fresh. I'm rarely seeing people that are checking off the earth as a spinning ball. So, flat earth is dead. I don't think so. The ball is dead, been dead for a long time. But now the masses are coming around, and I'm getting a lot of people reaching out to me saying, I just saw you on this show. I just saw this. I have questions. Anyone that says that is already a flat earther. They just don't know it yet.
That's what you said to those guys at the beginning.
I did?
Like, where do you guys stand? They're like, well, we're on the fence. We got 1 foot on a banana peel. And you're like, all right, you're both flat earthers. Come on, get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Come on. Be honest with yourselves.
No, they honestly don't know it yet. You were a flat earther before you knew you were a flat earther.
That is true.
Yeah.
Let me show you this for reasons that we might be a flat earther. Oh, but somebody come up with a good joke with that one. Oh, you might be a redneck if. You might be a flat earther if.
Who's going to be a flat earther if? Oh, right. We can come up with a whole list.
Yeah, you might be a flat earther if you know who Don Pettit is. That's a fact. I mean, you might be a flat earther if 8 inches per mile squared. You know what I mean? You might be a flat earther
if you know who David Weiss is.
Exactly. You might be a flat earther if you know how to say ODD instead of odd TV.
That's good. Dude, write these down. We got to make up a whole list.
That playing or
wow.
is it pause? What is playing? You guys can see that.
You can see it. You can hear
Yes,
it.
China launches a bunch of bullshit again.
Yeah, they launched last night, and I just thought, let's watch this a
And
little
China
bit.
has ambitious plan for his space.
They're so exciting. I mean, so let's watch
Oh
it.
my God, I saw this. This is horrible.
This stuff
Why is
makes
it
me.
horrible? It's fantastic. It's so good. Let me see. We'll find. Of course, I was watching this live yesterday and just thought, is this comedy? They keep showing this damn rocket. We're gonna get to where it launches here. Okay. So
That's so obviously a balloon, David. I mean, that is just so. You pointed that out to me. It's like that is just full of helium.
Getting everybody sick with the Rona. Unbelievable.
It's basically just like the Hindenburg, but upright,
Right.
with a rocket.
And it has a
strapped
little rocket. It gives a little bit of thrust. There's a little thrust.
to it. Yeah, there's a rocket on there. There's a
Not
rocket on there.
crazy thrust.
Here's what I hope people realize. Think of how controlled the Chinese are. Okay, think of how ridiculously overbearing their government is, and realize that they're sold this nonsense, and they all just buy it because it's government propaganda. Now you're in America, where you can use your mind and you can speak out and you can say things like, "Oh, this is horseshit. This is complete total joke." But yet you guys fall in line just like the Chinese do. Oh yes, a NASA. Oh, NASA's so great. They launch it in the sky every day. Satellites. Here we go. I'm gonna watch this now. Look at this thing. Tell
What
me.
an incredible view.
It's incredible.
That is the
Look,
sound
edit.
Oh, look at this thing.
Just the fact a camera could be right there and not get disturbed by it is bullshit.
Oh, now look at this. I mean, look at the far away. Oh, into the clouds. Disappears.
Clouds. And now watch it. I bet you know what? I haven't seen this. If they show a shot from up top, I bet you see through the clouds.
I don't know what that is. That's it looks like a.
David, you don't see through the clouds.
Not this time.
No.
Other times.
And don't they usually cancel the mission if it's cloudy? And of course, China's not going to. See, China is not going to do that, Jaron, because they don't play by. They don't care.
Don't you just want to lay that thing on its side and jump up and down on it and bounce?
It does look like a bouncy house.
Yeah,
Jaron, NASA could never do it in that sort of weather. So that's how you already debunked. That's fake. Debunked right there, because that's not even reaching NASA standards of a rocket lift.
Good point, Alex. They would cancel it. Think about all the times when it looked kind of like a beautiful day and they still canceled it, David.
But wait, look how beautiful this gets right here. Now watch. Oh, where's this part? This is where it gets real, right about here. Let's see it. Look at that.
Oh shit! But it doesn't even it doesn't even put in the ball Earth. You know what I mean? Like it's just the rockets still. I mean that's just so bad.
Wow! And everybody in the chat, you can't see it over here. It's just like, go China, all the best, China. Wow, China is a giant.
And then the separation. That's when they go ballistic.
Yeah, look at this.
But look at the thrust, Jaron. The three.
But it's the
thrust.
It's the cartoon though.
Especially because I think they're filming.
Supposed to be a cartoon, right?
Like these guys are actually at some office where they're like filming this off of some screen.
Look, wait, is that the Earth coming in on the left there?
Yeah, this is Earth here, this glowing thing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I see curvature. That proves
I see it too. It's proof it's over.
It's over.
This is the part where I was laughing. So watch right here that they like. Oh, maybe it's not here.
Get ready. Yo, who's that guy calling? His mother?
Yeah, he's got to tell her what's up.
He's calling his girlfriend. He's trying to get laid.
All these people are watching this cartoon on the screen. You may not realize that, but that's what's on the screen that they're all watching. Is the cartoon.
And is that what's going to make them clap? They're going to start clapping soon?
No, they're going to get super excited. These are way more motivated. Their warm-up comedian really got them going.
Oh, here we go. Watch this thing now. Ready for this? This is great. Okay, let's turn it up a little.
In outer space, unlike in atmosphere. So the advantage of hydrogen and oxygen engine will
That's the
be
Chinese Elon Musk.
Did we heard the engine cut off?
Okay, here it goes.
Like Elon.
Spacecraft separation.
Oh yes.
Separation is.
Yes, look at that.
Perfect view.
Perfect view.
Video from the end stage. This is a video from the core stage of 1 Mark.
Are those bubbles in space?
What the hell is that?
Watch how they zoom to the right here. It's classic. Watch this. They like pan to the right. Watch.
Because it is under the sunshine.
Okay, pan to the right now. So
Wow, like spacecraft
look at the star. It's going by the stars there.
Flying by itself.
Wow.
Way to go.
So beautiful. There's this one of the Earth.
The propulsion system.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Use the small engines.
It's spinning. It's not really in orbit. It's like spinning above the Earth.
I could hear Neil deGrasse saying "Majesty of the universe."
Oh man, we're all just. It's so amazing what's going on here. I thought that was a joke, but I had to show that. And actually, the one last night was even worse. I think they've kind of cleaned it up. They get the, I guess, SpaceX. Oh, this one has the wings out now. Go there. They get the SpaceX editing abilities. I mean, this is just such a joke. How anybody's buying into this, I'll never know.
You know what I wish we could do? I wish there was a way on Earth to simulate and figure out what it would look like to film an object floating in the vacuum of space under specific lighting conditions that we could set up, since we don't really know exactly what the lighting would look like on it.
I borderline say it's impossible, which is why they get away with what they get away with.
Right. We don't know what that would look like. Maybe it's because it doesn't follow like reality. It's like saying,
didn't NVIDIA do that with the Moonlander? They proved that what. You remember that whole thing? That pops up. You send anyone a moon landing video, that pops up next.
Wow, it's unbelievable. It's so amazing. Let me bring up this real quick for you guys to see. This is the.
Wait, how come they're not hand sanitizing in between shakes?
They should. They really should. Can you see this now? I believe, yes?
ARCs.
Yes.
So this is the spaceaustralia.com/au. But doesn't arse mean ass?
It sounds like ass to me.
Isn't that what it means? Isn't that like what they say in the UK? Somebody in the chat might tell you.
It's a poke in the eye.
Arse. So they're just totally. This has got to be a joke. I don't know who made this site, but it's pretty funny. You can go ahead and get the shirts if you want.
It's a joke.
This is the shirt I want. I want the shirt. I want this shirt.
Every speech agency has the same vector symbol.
Yeah. So how can we get?
This is clearly a joke because there's also
the Uranus Eau de Cologne. You can pick up some of that if you want to.
Is it cologne or colon?
It might be colon, to be honest. It might be Uranus colon if you want to get some of that. I want to get one of these Discovery hoodie. I want the Clint hoodie, although I don't know what it stands for. I thought it was
not supposed to be
Clint hoodie. Oh my God! Well, that's it, Jaron.
We can't get the Clint.
That's a joke.
That's not supposed to say Clint.
Yeah, Clint. Like a community of living individuals not taking any more shit.
Oh.
I want one.
I thought it said something else.
No, what do you mean? It's CLINT. It's weird. What do I? You're having trouble reading? What's going on here? These people are all wearing the arse gear. I don't know. I want to get some. So anyway, I don't know if they're just making fun, but it's pretty funny. Obviously, it doesn't. I don't think Clint is anything. So I don't know if anybody knows anything about this. Our intergalactic mission. These cannot be real, right?
No, it's not real. It's a joke. It's clearly a joke. It's supposed to be funny, and it is.
What website is that on?
Someone with a good sense of humor did it.
Australia.com.au.
Yeah, we should support them. Invite them on the show to
You
talk
know
about
what's
their funny
amazing?
business.
We can't tell the difference between a farcical site and the real site.
Right.
It's pretty sad.
It's
pretty sad.
True. It has gotten
the farcical site's
this far.
actually more realistic.
Jeez, it's so disgusting. All right, and we're gonna do some. What are we gonna play? Some George Floyd game later?
We possibly can. I'm considering it. Which I could prepare for it right now if you'd like.
Well, maybe get ready for it.
All right, let me get ready for it.
It's going to be like a game show day. In the second half, also, I'm going to play a little game with you three. It's going to be a little baby truther, kind of like $25,000 pyramid. I'm basically going to say a word, and you guys are going to take turns going until you get the word correct. And
okay.
So that's going to be in the second half. I don't think I have one ready for the first half. Not that I know of.
But Jaron, the reason I was interested, that's how you play $25,000 pyramid. I never really watched that game.
The little machine in front of them, and it will say like dog, right? So they'll say not a cat, but a, that kind of thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not going to quite do that. I'm just going to put a word on the screen, and all you guys have to agree to not look at the feed. You have to play on the honor system. It's called honesty, Dave. Okay.
Well, that's fair.
Why is that directed at me?
Because you're a cheater, David. You would cheat because you're known to cheat, and you would take an advantage. You would cheat, and you would try to win, and you would brag about winning, but you would cheat, and that's how you would do it. So.
Yes, and I think I even have I did have a scoreboard. I don't know if that works. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, the score's wrong. It already has Rose with 1. Rose, you actually have 0. So
wait, that's cool. Look at the digital scoreboard. We're guys, Baby Truther show, and we're on Rockfin, guys. We're going up. I actually kind of like the direction, Jaron. You have to admit, life is, even though the world is burning, excuse my language, the world is,
the voice is cracking.
And the voice is cracked. I'm going through puberty. Well, you know, I am a female because that's what somebody said. Since I don't grow facial hair, that I transition, and I am post transition. I was born. Yes, that's saying
Rachel.
Now you're gonna win all the sports, Alex.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to get into bodybuilding. But what I'm saying is the trajectory is up, Jaron, because the first of all, whether Rockfin is lucrative or not, which I think it will be, but it's just a blessing that there is a place that's built up that, you know, we have this opportunity. And David, that's going to bug me too. I hate that I sent you. I tried to send you the link for the autofocus.
Alex's fault. All Alex's fault.
Can we not return it? Did you buy it on Amazon? Can you return it?
Then what am I going to use?
I know that's how I
just get another Logitech. You have to get another Logitech. That's an older.
This is the best one they have.
I know, but there is a way to turn it off. I don't know. It's just too difficult.
There's a way to turn it off, but you don't know it. Nobody at Logitech knows it. Nobody at Amazon knows it, and nobody on YouTube knows it.
Is that true?
Well, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I feel like an asshole.
By the way, if you also want to sign up at Rockfin, do it through Globebusters. That'd be awesome. Rockfin.com/creator/Globebusters. Like I said,
I think it's rockfin.com/Glowbusters.
You can do that as well. Or there's a nice little landing page that I built at creator/Glowbusters too. And you know what's coming up Sunday? We've got ODD on
TV
on Glowbusters, and we're going to be doing just a short pre-show on the YouTube channel. That we'll be heading over to Rockfin, where he's going to talk all about his Pharmakia 2, I believe, right? And
yep.
He wants to get real deep, so we're going to be testing it Sunday too. When will we get kicked off Rockfin? Is it possible? We're going to have to look into that, or go to rockfin.com/creator/journalism. Yeah, there you go. Or become a patron of many of us. David, become a patron of David's. He's starting to help some people out with crypto too. Dave, that's nice of you.
I'm doing a little bit. You know, I'm doing my best.
And we've got Alex, who's got a Patreon as well. Become a member there. You get all his stuff, all his shows that constantly get pulled down. Oh man, you know what I was going to do? I was going to put together a clip show. The other night, Alex, I'm sitting watching you, and there was just numerous times I'm just dying. You're doing this girl's voice, the girl that killed the cop, right? And then you're like, when she goes to jail, you were doing the voice that everyone there is going to be saying to her, and you did both the black voice, and then you're like, oh, and the Latinas are going to love her too.
Wait, I got to go back and watch this. Yeah, because somebody, I think, commented something about that on Facebook, that they like the voices. I don't even remember the bit. I don't remember the voices. What voices was I doing? I'm not good at
Maybe
impressions.
Maybe I'll bring it up. There's that voice, and then there's also the, I don't know, you did some other like dumb voice. Give me the eyes, the weird face that you do with the eyes. What is that?
What is that? I don't know. We have to do it naturally. You know, I'm a facial.
No, but that one's
comedian.
good. You do that face, and you. I may have to find it. What episode that was?
It has to be natural. It's like I have to be. Okay, somebody was talking about this. A comedian I like, Tony Baker. But this is basically what we do, and it's a good way to describe it. If you think about it, Jaron and David, and especially you, David. Well, I'm saying when you go on these interviews, David, you don't realize what you're doing is called verbal cardio. I mean, you're literally doing cardio, but you're speaking. You're not running. So that's why it's like, and what I'm trying to say is once you get that flow, once you really start talking, your brain works better. You think, you know, you're just talking extemporaneously. And that's like the flow that I really love to have and that you guys get. I know David gets in interviews. I know Rose gets it, but it's just kind of hard to get, you know, sometimes it's hard to get in that flow, but I just really like the comedian describing that verbal cardio. What do you guys think about that?
I agree. I think that, sometimes it feels like you're not in that flow, or you're like, I got to do an interview right now. But then once you get going, it's like you rev up your engines.
I was appreciating Owen's flow today. His stream, I don't know if anyone listened to it. He's so quick. He's in the middle of a story, sidelines, throws jokes in there, and I throw one comment in the chat, and the entire show turns into a Jew bashing Dave Weiss show. It had me rolling on the floor laughing, hysterical. That's the flow.
No, you're very confused, Mr. Crumb. Chris, he doesn't have OBS, so that's the problem. Dave, that's way too high level for Dave. But thank you very much. It's Chris Crumb. By the way, Chris is helping out with some consultations. So if you don't want to wait for me and you need a consultation, crumb77@gmail. He will hook you up.
And but Chris, I'll take a consultation on fixing this shit camera that
well, part of that is learning how to use OBS.
That Alex made me buy.
That's why I know. Yeah, you do need to learn OBS, but that's why no good deed goes undone. I try to get you the top of the line, the Rolls Royce, but you don't know how to operate it. No, what I'm saying.
Maybe I need to get OBS. Maybe
It'd be similar.
OBS.
It'd be similar if see, this is a similar problem, David. I don't know this, but sometimes some customers, they buy a Mercedes and they don't know how to start it. They don't know that it's a push to start button. Basically, that's what you're doing. You're kind of like, I don't know how to operate this camera. It's not the camera. It's not the car's fault that it's push to start. You've never done a push to start. I don't know. I mean, it's the operator. Right, it's the G5 airplane.
And our equipment issues.
Hold on, I can't find Alex. Where did you do that show the other day with those? You did a lot of news at the beginning, and then there was two guys at the end that came on.
Oh shit! I fucking had to put it on my Conspiracy Castle 6.0. Here,
okay, I'll find it. Thank you. I got it. Yeah. I'll find it there.
Okay, I think I had to put it on there. Oh, and Jaron, I figured out a program to make thumbnails on my Streamlabs, so now I'm starting to make thumbnails. So I love it.
Wow! Look at this guy.
Wow! I'm moving up. I'm the thumbnail daddy. Look at David. He's getting mad. David's mad because he was the thumbnail king, but now he's saying you're looking at the future. I'm not going to be as good as Jaron.
Making thumbnails.
Wait a second, Alex. David has been making your thumbnails this entire time.
No, yes. David's never. He's made one thumbnail. David just used to be like thumbnail this, thumbnail that. He was the thumbnail warrior, so that's
back when Alex had good thumbnails. I was making them. Yes.
You always use a picture of me where I'm like. The face that Jaron likes to laugh at. That's the face you use for the thumbnail. So it's.
Well, he actually makes me pause it at that time so he can screenshot it.
Exactly. He wants the most embarrassing thing.
He's not kidding.
I'm not kidding. That's actually.
Hey, can we talk about the Deagle Report for a moment?
Thank you very much. But one thing I want to say to the Rockfin audience, guys, the Rockfin audience, this whole episode, we're going to get wilder. This episode is the pre-show for the patrons only. I just kind of want to make that clear because somebody if Rockfin's watching, it's like, what are these guys even baby truther show? It's going to get freakier, deakier. Deagle Report, dead people. Sorry, go ahead, David.
Graduate kindergarten at the hour mark. So that's
there we go, yeah.
Right now we're very baby truther-ish. Very baby truther.
I want to see what happened to the website, and then you guys will comment on it.
All right. Well, first, for those that don't know what the Deagle Report is, it came out in 2017. Jaron, I'll share this.
Sounds good.
And basically, it's a quasi-government site that predicts gross national product and population. And it had in 2017, it had the United States at 327 million. And then the forecast for 2025, it had it at 100 million. So this screenshot was like from a year ago. March 20th, 2020, the screenshot was. And then after a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago, maybe less, they changed it to 99 million.
And now the website's gone.
Wait, no. But then I heard, I haven't seen it yet, but somebody said they changed it to 65 million. Right? That's fucking crazy. And now the website's gone and Deagle's dead. Deagle died like a month ago.
Well, maybe that's why it's off.
Well, maybe that's why it went down. But then why did it just change? Why did it just change?
True.
But again, does someone have the Wayback Machine? Will the Wayback Machine get like a recent change, or does it get like?
Yeah, it should, as long as I took a photo of it.
Yeah, so I'm looking. If anyone has a photo of it where it changed to 65 million, that's interesting. I don't know.
That is interesting. The thing is, that Deagle Report was like the first of its kind that. Was out there like that. And that guy dying though, David, I mean, what do you think the psyop behind that is?
There was a website talking about this whole pandemic thing that was going to happen, not the Event 201, but it was another website and it was up for years and then it was taken down just before the whole thing happened. So that's kind of like what they do. They put out these reports, these websites, this information, and then they take it down just before they go live. Right? So when Deagle died, he was 70 something years old. It's not old. That's what an old guy would say. And I'm like, that's interesting, right? But maybe he died. Who knows? And then now that the website's gone, that's interesting. Rose?
I think that it's very interesting, and it's one of those examples where they put something out there, possibly, to grab the attention of people like us so that we freak out over it and discuss it and then freak out even more when it goes away. That's just a possible idea.
It is a possibility that they're using
distract
our
us.
Emotions to create their reality.
That's true. Did you see the girl get arrested on the bus for not wearing a mask, or the train?
Ugh.
You see that one?
I'm almost stopped.
She probably didn't conduct herself very well. I would like to critique her behavior.
Me too, but you know what? Here's the thing about critiquing it that's incredible, is if you watch it, it's so obvious who's in the wrong and who's in the right. So obvious. And then you read the comments on Reddit, and you realize the problem that we're in.
Oh my God, because everyone's thinking that she's wrong even though she's clearly right.
Oh God, every single one of them. Every single one. And there's people in there that are now saying like, oh, that cop's a good cop. He did his job right. We need more cops. Like, I mean, maybe we should watch it in the second half. It's I was going to show it tomorrow on my show, but we can. Thank you, by the way, for the Rockfin subscriber, X Globes 76. I like that name. Pretty
Oh, I know X Globe 76. Hello, my friend.
Yes,
He actually took a very beautiful picture of a sunrise sunset situation.
Oh, so let me show you this real quick, just because this is what I was laughing at, Alex. This is see if hopefully I got it at the right time, but just the voice. I shouldn't laugh so hard when I'm watching this guy.
Subconsciously.
Is this where it was?
It might go down. I can't even remember.
You can't hear it?
Celebrity, maybe. No, I can hear it. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
If people don't know the story,
certainly will be in the clink.
Here you go, watch it.
They're gonna love her. She's gonna be like, they're gonna, oh, you did what? You 86th? A popo? Oh, damn, girl, damn. Even the cholo girls, they're gonna be like, oh, damn. Yeah, that's it. She'll probably become like a militant lesbian, right?
Oh my God.
Come out.
Write
Hillary
something,
Clinton
get a
will
degree.
still be alive from the children's
The
blood.
adrenochrome, yes, we got it.
And they'll be running mates. Hillary will be vice president.
Is that what we have to look forward to?
Phoenix Michelle
I'm
Beauvoir.
excited.
Well, dude, Jared, they hired a woman that blew up the Capitol building, is now the head of their like diversity program in Joe Biden's White House. Dude, watch. I'm not even kidding. That's a joke, but watch. This bitch is gonna get out and become a social justice warrior.
The story that this girl is on a podcast and she's saying how much she hates cops, and she even like calls out a specific cop, right? And then drives drunk and kills him.
Yeah, David, do you not know this story, David?
I've never heard of this.
This happened this week. This girl did a 2-hour podcast. Listen to the story, David. This girl did a 2-hour podcast. In this podcast, she's drinking, she's vaping, and she's talking about the George Floyd protests, and she's talking about how that they got to go down, the cops got to go down, and that a cop dying in the line of duty is part of their job. There's a description. If they got to die, they shouldn't have picked to be a cop. And then not 2 hours later, she kills a cop that was on the scene of another fatal crash directing traffic. And then listen to this. She hit him, went through his windshield, totaled her car. She drove 2 miles down the road trying to pretend like she didn't get hit by him. You know, I'm just saying they have her on camera.
She hit him with her car.
Yes.
Yes.
And then what? Who went through what windshield?
The cop did, and the cop died on impact. So
the guy went into her driver into her passenger seat.
No, in through the windshield, and he was thrown. You know, he was thrown across 200
The whole
feet.
story's really weird, but supposedly she's in jail. She's
So
arrested.
wait, but then she drove 2 miles pretending it didn't happen.
Yes, and before the cops caught up to her.
Is this a real story?
I can't.
I mean, it's all over the news. I mean, David,
Rose, could
you
give
don't
us
watch the
puppy
news.
up, thumbs up or thumbs
this
down?
is, I mean, this is a real story that they present to us. And the thing is, David, you got to watch her. I've watched the whole her whole podcast. She's drinking, she's chugging liquor. She admits that she was doing the podcast before. I mean,
yeah,
but she's facing a maximum 15 years. She's going to get less than that. She's going to get a slap on the wrist. I guarantee it. And she's going to be a social justice warrior. She's already a militant woman. If you listen to the podcast, well spoken. I mean, she's like, she sounds, you know, but for what she's saying, her message, definitely other people I could see would vibe with it.
Rose, you have to guess right now for $1,000. Is it a real story or is it a fake story?
Well,
Unfortunately, due to the Reddit comment situation, we now have to consider that this is possibly
no
correct.
Reddit comments on this.
Well, you know it's real, David, because the news is suppressing it. It's all the way down. It started as the top article in Daily Mail, and that's how you know an article's fake. If it gets to the top of Daily Mail, and then they have to unorganically make it go to the bottom. Because organically, whatever clicks the most goes to the top, and you'll be like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein or whatever, Hillary Clinton. And then when it's all the way to the bottom of the page, you're like, oh, that they did that on purpose.
Here's how you
Sharon,
can-
I wasn't saying that there was Reddit comments about this particular matter. I'm saying due to the situations like what you described with the bus, we know that because of the social engineering and all of the lies that have occurred, now the masses are acting the way that they have been trained to act, which is completely insane. So this woman is an example of, this is a victim of social engineering. She went completely insane. She doesn't have an independent thought, and she was just basically, for all intents and purposes, you could even consider her a Manchurian candidate of retardation.
Dave, I want to show you something that I think might be one. This is a news story I'm watching. It's like, this cannot be real, and I think it's supposed to be real. So you have to tell me what you think. Is this a real story or not? This is actually from the news, believe it or not. Let me see if we bring this up. All right. It might be a little bit small. Maybe I'll make it full screen. Tell me if you can hear it and see it.
A freak accident left one Savannah woman and her brother.
Here.
A turtle
here we go.
through the woman's windshield while she was driving. Ashley Williams has the unusual story.
Let's listen to this story now.
It starts off as a day like any other. You're driving along and then suddenly, out of nowhere, something comes flying right at you.
He's stuck there and he's alive.
This cannot be real. Come on.
Driver Latanya
Not real.
here on Truman Parkway.
Is it fake? Is it an onion?
Turtle flew through the windshield.
Are you calling fake or real? Is this a real newscast?
The way a turtle goes, that's like one of those stickers, like the golf ball sticker on your car window.
Wait, keep going. Listen to this. Wait till you meet the people that had it happen to them. Watch.
I thought it was a brick, because I seen it coming out of this, this eye. I saw it coming this way, so I told him, I said, oh my God, there's a brick.
Before Grant realized what was happening, he was covered in glass.
The first thing to my mind was just shield myself. So it was just like, turn and just cover.
The turtle was stuck halfway through.
I feel bad for the turtle.
Loud boom.
I thought it was an alien because the legs dropped out. You know what I mean? And that freaked me
I
out.
thought it was an
The
alien.
poor turtle lost one of his legs.
That makes sense. An alien would make more sense than a turtle.
Causing
And
it
look
to
what they say at the end.
fly back towards their home.
When it hit that turtle, they had been flying.
The turtle lived. No one
The
was
turtle
seriously
lived.
hurt, and Lark's windshield is back in one piece. But she says the incident taught her a lesson.
It lets you know how quick something can happen.
Right.
Ashley
So quick.
Williams, WSAV News 3
Wow.
on your side.
Dave, real or fake
Lark
news
says
story?
Fake.
Supposed to be real, believe it or not. That's actually from a real.
Well, no, it's a real news story, but it's a fake story.
No, I think it's real.
You think that turtle went halfway through the windshield, just stuck there like a baseball sticker?
I think
Why
it's
not?
just a miracle golden thing that and then it's a good reason. It's a good news story. It happened.
Wait, and
That's
if it
my
went
take.
through, that was its ass end, so it went through with its head. I guess its head could be inside.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
dog.
right. How is it alive?
This
Well,
It's
it could,
a
no, its head
turtle.
could go inside the shell.
It was in the shell. Yes, yes,
Right.
yes. It's a
And
real
the shell
story. It makes
protrudes
perfect sense.
outside of his head. It would bust the window, dude. Yeah,
Nice.
dude.
It's
See,
real.
Turtle power? You didn't watch. See, David, that's typical of you because you didn't grow up on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so you don't know this stuff. See, I grew up on that. I'm a turtle expert. I have a turtle named Jay Leno. So, and RV's a turtle expert, so we need to get his opinion on turtles. But
Wow, that's baby truther talk.
Oh,
there you go.
oh, there's another one. What is it? Who brought that up?
That's a sticker. That's a sticker.
Oh,
Now I want that
Not
sticker.
a broken window. That's a broken turtle window sticker.
That is,
pre-programming for the news story, David.
yeah. And
So
here's,
okay, it's fake then. We just proved it. David just proved it was a fake story.
It could be real, but I don't think it's real.
I think there's actually
Go-
another.
Can you go back to that image and look at the cracks? Look if the cracks look like this yet.
Okay, let me see here.
Officers pulled the
Where's the
turtle
picture?
out and
Can you see it? Or you can't see it. Hold on. Let me share this way. That one. I just can't.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing. There's no way. Try whipping a rock through a window like that. You get spider cracks all the way across the window. You don't just get a little local crack like that. Tempered glass will shatter all the way across. Now, he may go through, but the rest of the window is not cracked.
I'm deeply
you guys
ashamed
are-
for believing that story, David. I retract my statement. It's totally fake.
What if I?
That's why we have you on the Baby Truther show, because you're a Baby Truther.
What if I had another one of those? Would you believe that one?
Another story?
Another. What if I had another I'm still laughing. What if I had another turtle through
God, I
the?
hope RV's watching this, man. I'm getting up to like high school.
You're getting up there.
High school truth there, man.
And I'm somebody who
No.
buy into this either. Oh, this is the other one. Oh, that was a terrible one. I had that. I don't know why I had that on there. You saw that there was the guy in Oakland that got killed. I don't know if you've seen that. Did you see that one, Alex? The guy with the cops.
What?
Cops arrested him and killed him.
Oh yeah, on a drug search warrant. Is that the one though?
No, he was like
They
in a
want to see the
park.
body,
He was in a park drinking too much or something. Oh, we can
and
show
they
it.
killed him.
That
Wow, I
shouldn't be
didn't-
a
I
death
mean-
sentence, but okay.
No, not at all. That. and
Well, it
that's-
depends on what he was drinking. It depends on what he was drinking. Like
It was
if he
Mickey's.
drinking, like-
It was Mickey's grenades.
What if it
Oh, I
was
thought
natty ice? Like,
So how did the turtle get that high? Did another car hit it and knock it in the air?
Suppose that's what they say.
Yes.
I think that I can find. Actually, yeah. Let me see this. So I was like, I don't believe this story. I can't believe I couldn't.
There's no way. Like, first of all, if another car knocked it in the air, she'd have to be tailgating that car, and she'd have to be going 90 miles an hour for it to possibly go through the window.
All right, let's see this one. Here we go, guys.
This picture right here.
Okay, ready?
Posted to Facebook.
Remember, this is.
and it's picking up some
I'm still laughing about this.
I don't see it.
It's coming. It's coming.
crazy story behind it.
ABC Action News reporter
Come on,
Ryan
crazy
Ray talks to
story.
A woman who came face to face with a flying turtle going 60 miles an hour on the highway, and that turtle lived.
Why is it always that the turtle lives?
because that was a show.
Yeah, because they're trying to have a good vibration.
That really the picture of the turtle that lived? Come on.
And it's a story that I'll be able to tell for years.
Nicole, be honest, was behind.
When is this
Flying.
one?
Is her name Nicole? Be honest. Wait. What did they just say? Her name was
Oh,
Nicole.
I
Be
forgot. Yeah,
honest.
you're right. That's her name, and then the name of
Her name is not Nicole. Be honest.
I think it is. On here again. I don't believe anything on the news.
Turn it up. Turn up the volume. Wait. What?
That's it.
Turtle lying on a car dashboard after a
Nicole, be honest.
high impact collision with the front windshield.
And it's a story that I'll be able to tell for years.
Nicole, be honest, was behind the
That's it.
What? What?
Yes.
Nicole, be honest. I
Look
mean,
at this. Turtle survived and walked away into a lake. They waited till the fucking turtle got on the road and walked all the way to the lake. How close is the lake to the freeway?
Wow, that turtle. And maybe it did happen. The turtle's dead as shit, and they just got a woman to say, "Hey." I mean,
But
something
vaginas.
weird. Be honest, but still, that's just how they do it, though.
How are these turtles flying in the air?
I don't know.
Hit the back of the passenger seat.
Be honest.
Oh, listen what she says here. Okay, so remember, this looks like the turtle just came in and landed right there, right? Listen what she says actually happened. Tell me if you believe this story. Listen. Oh, wait, a little further back.
My windshield hit the back of the passenger seat and then went back onto the dashboard.
So it went through the window.
Bounced off the window.
It bounced off the headrest and went back onto the dashboard.
She even realized the turtle just crashed her car. Be honest, says she went into full panic mode.
Okay, I know what this is. I figured it out. She's
What
trying
is
to do she tried to do like an insurance scam, or probably. I mean, something like maybe she lied. I mean, something is up here.
Something's up. You can even tell her. Look how nervous she
Yeah.
is.
EMTs checked out the driver and even the turtle, who they say appeared to be okay as he scurried
Oh.
away on his own. Turtle experts say it's a good sign.
Yeah, watch this girl.
Turtle experts.
Turtle experts say.
I'm a turtle expert.
Let's watch this turtle expert. It's a fun. I mean, how is this a real news story? Listen to this girl. What she describes this as.
They're tough animals, but they're not indestructible.
No shit.
Really?
Such an expert statement.
Right. Nobody else could have said that. I mean, I'm sure if you just would have got somebody off the street, they would have been like, turtles, they're indestructible. They can be taken and draining and launch a rocket at it, it'll be fine.
They live for 300 years.
Cars is a lot of trouble.
Listen.
The shell's purpose is to help,
Oh.
keep the internal organs
Oh, really?
safe.
Oh.
Keep the limit.
Right.
I mean, a heavy
Wow.
Correct.
internal injuries.
But not 60 miles per hour through a window.
He was last seen swimming away in a nearby pond, hopefully learning his lesson about wandering into 70 miles per hour traffic. But probably not. In Orlando, Ryan Ray,
What
ABC
the
Action
hell?
News.
And it's funny that you brought up. I thought there was another.
Orlando? Did they say they're in Orlando?
Yes.
Oh, it's fake. It's fake. Then that's fake.
If it's Broward County, we got issues. That's right.
But Jaron, but why? Why would they lie?
I know. At this point, I can't even guess that anymore. It's just.
Yeah, that's you can't ask that because this world.
It's
is
just
not what we think.
content.
Yeah,
David,
it's just-
they probably just need content. I mean,
And like they said, it's just now I realize that everything could be gone in a flash tomorrow.
Maybe,
everything could be
maybe
gone.
they were dropping turtles off an overpass.
It's just easier to make shit up and plan it out to get your work done by 5 p.m. than to wait for interesting things to happen to put on TV. It's just easier to script it.
Well, they did that movie with what's his name, where like the guy's a stringer, where he goes like the scenes of accidents and gets like early footage, and then the guy just starts causing the accidents himself so he can get the footage there faster, and that's like basically what the news does, is they create their own drama to report on.
Now here we go again. What if I told you there's another one?
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, this is hilarious. I just was laughing so hard last night. I was like, you got to be kidding me. These are not real stories.
Turtle shattered a man's windshield in Conway. That happened after another
What?
vehicle sent the turtle into the air.
News 13.
Did it live?
Spoke with a surprised
I think they always live.
motorist today, and a warning: you may find some images
You might.
in the story graphic.
You might find
I
the
still
graphic.
don't understand how it the exact angle of that tire for it to just fling into my windshield.
John Gardner says stuff like this never happens to him, but yesterday it did while he was driving into work down Highway 501 in Conway.
Mhm.
The rear tire on a truck near him hit a turtle.
Wait, real quick, pause it, Jaron. In a way, like how a football machine, like you played a pitching machine. What if a
Yes.
tire and a turtle? I know this sounds crazy, but the
It's
tire
just
spinning
out backwards.
I don't know. I know that sounds crazy. I know this. I mean, I was just thinking, like, how does that happen?
Actually, Alex, you could be right.
I mean,
all right, I'm
it
totally
just
changing
gets-
my mind. It's real.
All the turtle stories are real now?
All of them are real.
I mean,
this guy?
now that guy is an actor. I love Josh Gordon. He's got the hair like that. What is going on? And Erica Bionis' brother.
All right, I'm checking out of this life. It's over. I can't deal with this anymore.
Anyway, that's what we do on the Baby Truther show here. We gotta dig deep into the turtle stories on the local news.
Oh, hey, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this is my idea before we go to the patrons only stream. I was just thinking about this. And so I was like, I need to do like an investigative journalism. I was trying to come up with ideas. So this is my ideas. I was going to go to a dentist that I know that I've gone to and have him do a teeth cleaning, and then have him give me like a clean bill of health. And then go to one of these like really expensive dentist places where I know they have like really aggressive like dental people, that like want to sell you and say your mouth is more messed up than it is. And where a hidden camera, like multiple hidden cameras, like hidden glasses and hidden thing. And then have the woman come, and at the end of it, if you've ever been to a dentist, they give you this long list of stuff they need done, and then I'll have on my phone, I'll show her like, oh, I just went to the dentist, they just said I had everything right, like, oh, are you lying? And then start filming them and get them on the spot. What do you think about that? Would that be a wild video or no?
That'd be good.
Wild.
That'd be good. I would like it.
I mean, if I called out a dentist, what do you think that would be? I mean, if I was like, hey, I just was at the dentist yesterday, and they said
that dentist did a horrible job. They did a horrible job, and you got ripped off.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
They always say that they have a different opinion.
But see, I know the dentist is dentist Kachepka, and I know he would let me film in his office. Like, I would film me getting it. I'd have to take some clips of me getting my teeth cleaned. Then after, like, Dr. Kachepka, and then the date, I'd have to go the next day. I guarantee you, if I went to this place, Mint Dentistry, they're such a for-profit. Those people are so terrible that they'll lie about. That's what happened. That's how I found the ideas. I went to this guy a couple years ago. After I went to this woman, she's like, "Oh, you need all this stuff," and this guy said I didn't need any of it. So I trust this guy.
Yeah, they are. I don't know. They're all swindlers, right? It's all conspiracy theory. Imagine that.
Hey,
but
so
would that
we
be
have
interesting?
We have Rose for a limited amount of time.
Okay.
Oh yeah. But what else are we gonna do? Oh yeah, do the episode that you guys did yesterday, which was awesome, by the way.
Yeah. So Rose, why don't you tell people that haven't seen the episode, tell them what the hell's wrong with them. Why haven't they heard that episode? But it was amazing. So what was the guy's name? And tell everybody quickly what he did. Rose?
Okay, the episode that we just released. Oh. Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you.
I got a little delay, I think.
Okay, I think that my internet might be unstable. But the gentleman that we had on the show, his name is Paul Unslaved. And this was a very interesting Crow 777 radio episode because we went through the entire 30-minute traffic stop, which I found through Telegram. I was in Alphonse's Telegram group, and then Alphonse recommended this wonderful woman named iWoman Tammy from Calgary. And so I was talking with her and trying to set up a show, which we are going to record with her. And she sent me that video, and it had such a profound impact on me that it like brought me to tears, and I kept listening to it over and over again. I was streaming it on my channel. And then I just wanted to get it out there, obviously, on Code 777 radio. And so what happened during this traffic stop is Paul explained to the man acting as an officer that all of the fraud that's occurred with the motor vehicle code, and that the Supreme Court has ruled that a man can travel from point A to point B without a registration, license.
Bro, you left out the part. He didn't have a license, registration, or insurance. Right? So.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And so people talk about this all the time, and they were saying to him, try this, actually try this in real life and see what happens. So he did just that. He went out with no insurance, no registration. And one thing towards the end, a lot of people were like, oh, I can't believe that he let the cop look at his VIN number, because he had his VIN number covered. And in the end, it was such a magical experience.
That was showing how human he was. Right?
It was a human experience.
Yeah.
But he actually didn't have any relation to the car on paper. Whatever the VIN number, whatever they search when they get the VIN number is just going to show the previous owner. So he wasn't actually giving any information. But I do understand how people will point out that any opportunity to gather information to start building a case, like, hey, they might have a file that now says, hey, there's just a random dude out there that's doing this, and this is the VIN number of the car. So now they at least have that information. But my point is that for me, this isn't about like winning and losing and like trying to do things in a certain way, but it's a human to human experience. I had a lot of people contact me about this and saying, hey, what are you doing, Rose? We don't want to see any harm coming to cops. You know, there's just a lot of people out there like me too, that doesn't want anything bad to happen to anyone. And I'm like, you guys don't get it. This is a way to avoid a violent revolution by taking this opportunity during the COVID hoax, when all this fake nonsense is happening and people's rights are being taken away. The cops don't want to be wearing these stupid masks and suffocating themselves and being forced to vaccinate. They see that something's up. They know something's up. This is the perfect opportunity to be like, hey, you know, this is all fraud, and I want to look at what's going on in the world. This is an opportunity for us to talk, and let me just educate you that things don't actually have to be the way they want to be. Now, we all know that it is a fact, it is the truth, that cops, their job is immoral because they are order following, and you're not taking personal responsibility for your actions. But let's go back to the idea of what a police officer is supposed to be, that the fake reality wants people to believe, at least maybe like back in the days of Andy Griffith, where the people who maybe wanted to be a police officer as children, they weren't thinking of extorting people out of money in order to pay the debt on the Federal Reserve. They actually were like, hey, there's bad people out there and I want to help protect people. What if we could educate the world to the point where we can go back to having some semblance of a voluntary society where supposed police officers were actually doing the job that the people thought that they were doing? This is why we need to do this, because we need to teach people that what we have today isn't even what it was supposed to be when it started, whether or not you're an anarchist or how you feel about government. The point is that right now things are absolutely, completely out of control and out of hand, and this is a way to try. And I believe that people who know, like me, especially seeing this happen, I know that I am right. I know I have the side of truth. I'm on the side of truth, and I have nothing to fear. And if I ever were to be in a situation where I was going to have this conversation, it wouldn't be because I knew that I was going to be okay. It wouldn't be because I thought that I was going to get off the hook and have a really great experience like Paul did. He was lucky that he had a couple of people that were willing to listen and had the capability of thinking. But for me, now I know I'm not afraid, even if the worst happened, because I want to take a chance. I want to put myself out there in the chance that I could create another experience just like that.
One
and
thing
then
that
if I
he
got
kept
arrested,
saying-
then I would have cause of action to move forward with the paperwork.
Yeah, one thing that he kept saying was he goes, I wanted to have this interaction. And he had the interaction with the cop. And by the end, the cop was just like, wow, you know, and asking him questions
Email me
about
some stuff. He says, you know, send me some stuff.
Yeah, he's like, can I give you my email address? Do you believe in email? He's like, he didn't want to assume he had an email address. That was funny. And then So
but here's
he,
the other
like,
point that I think people need to recognize is that he wasn't doing anything illegal. This becomes difficult if you're speeding. This becomes very difficult if you're doing something, smoking weed. You have a bunch of weed in the car. Well, then this is not going to work.
Right.
But that's the whole point, is that we are learning as the human race. We need to grow up and learn how to conduct ourselves in such a way that doesn't bring harm to others. If we can all raise our consciousness, and of course there's psychopaths all the time, but like, we don't need these crazy artificial systems in order to get people not to drive in a dangerous way. So I want to look at this as the big picture, and we should try not to do dangerous things that harm people. You're right. If you're in a situation where they're going to perceive that you are causing harm, then there is the higher authority and the higher karmic ideas that may influence that in some direction. So it's important to remember that we should be conducting ourselves in an honorable way at all times.
That's why I want you to watch.
Real quick, I just want to be a contrarian. Like, I get it. It's so annoying having a license, but if we didn't have licenses in driver's ed, wouldn't there just be like 12-year-old kids on the road just crashing into people? Like, I'm saying, isn't there? This is my only thing, is I'm not pro cops, but isn't it kind of okay that we have some sort of traffic cops, so these people that have these cars and go 200 miles an hour, they're not street racing? I mean, I'm not saying I'm pro cops.
Alex, the argument there is, well, you can't have knives in your house when you have little kids, because little kids shouldn't be using sharp knives.
A car and a knife are totally different weapons.
Well, but you don't. So as an adult, you don't let your kid take your personal conveyance machine out for a ride. You have to say, hey, the parents make the decision at what age the kid can drive. What do you think, Rose?
Alex, okay, first of all, I love your attitude and I'm totally with you. Who knows what the right situation would be where we voluntarily put a system together for everybody's safety. But just for the purpose of debating you and to rebut what you said, think about all the times when on TV, some little kid steals the car from their parents and goes on the road and has like a thing, and then they get pulled over and they don't get in trouble. You know what I mean?
They never get in trouble. They never. Well, that's my favorite one is Letarian Milton. I could play this. He's like out smoking with my friends, smoking cigarettes with my friends. These kids, but they always wreck the car. And this is the only reason I say this. This is why I'm a little contrarian about it.
So they don't do it.
Well, I like back when I was really trying to sell cars, like retail more, when I was selling really cheap cars, I sell a lot of kids their first car. And I'd always tell a kid, don't buy an expensive car because you're always going to wreck it. Right. I can't tell you how many kids I sold second cars to because they wrecked the first car. I mean, every kid I sold a cheap car to.
Because you were programming them to wreck the car, Alex.
No,
you got that in their mind. Oh, bullshit. You put that in
a lot of times they had full coverage insurance on a shitty car somehow, and then they got a bigger check and they came back and bought a nicer car. So sometimes it worked in their favor. But what I'm saying is, most of the time, people get in accidents, and I'm not saying that I should be able to. Jaron and I should be able to drive. I don't need a fucking ID, but I do agree. I'd rather go not having it. But at the same time, it's like shit. All these drunk drivers.
I have the same issue. I mean, so what about insurance? I mean, are you against insurance?
No, I'm pro insurance, and I know that's.
Yeah.
I knew that was direct. Yeah, and I also saw the comment in the chat that made me think as well. Yeah, this is like a really deep subject, and I think that the way that it's set up is wrong. I think that it's smart to have voluntary situations where people get together and help each other in a way like that. I just would like to see this testing big corporation.
Do we admit that there's dirtbags in the world? Yes, right?
Absolutely, there's dirtbags.
Okay, so take my situation where I bought my wife a $4,500 car. I thought to myself, 2004 Honda Accord, nice little car, everything's great, bought it for her birthday, and I just said, I don't need insurance, I don't want insurance, right? So one day, Mrs. pulling out of the driveway and driving down our street, and a neighbor is coming out of like an apartment complex and just destroys the car,
then it's her fault.
Okay, so hold on. So then she comes up to us and says, "Don't call the cops."
It's illegal to be. It's illegal. Yeah, it's illegal to be.
Don't call the cops. I don't have insurance. And we said, "Oh, we don't have insurance either." And she says, "Oh, but we have a body work guy. He'll take care of the car. He'll fix it completely. We'll even get a tow truck to come tow it to your house right now." Fantastic, good people. They come get the tow truck. They bring the car to the front of the house. Great. The next day, their mechanic gets there. He looks at it and he says, "Car's completely totaled." He says, "You completely bent the shaft, the frame." Yeah, so he said, no, it's about it's $5,000 repair, and the car's worth less than that, so it's a complete total wash. So I went across the street, told the neighbors that, and they said, we don't have any money. And I said, all right, well, you broke my car. It's a 40.
When did this happen, Jaron? When did this happen? You could still file on him. Was this year? Oh, this is years ago. I was going to say, even though you didn't have insurance, you still it would have been their fault. You still could have got their insurance paid because it would have been illegal for them not to exchange information. So you could. No, even you not having an insurance, even if they hit you, you still could. They didn't have insurance. They didn't have insurance either. Wow.
No, nor were they even licensed. So here's where I learned my lesson: is that then every day I was like calling them, like, "What are you guys going to do about this?" And they're like, "Sorry, we don't have any money."
Nothing. Yeah.
And so eventually we were out the $4,500 when we moved away from there, and we just thought of them as the biggest dirtbags ever. But I learned at that moment that, you know what, I'd rather have insurance. I'd rather have something that takes care of me in that situation, because otherwise, what am I supposed to do? If I do anything to them,
you can get insurance yourself. They're not this. You can get insurance if you want. If you want to protect.
Yeah, if you would have had insurance, you could have been covered even if they hit you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm kind of like, I do think people might want insurance. I don't want that to happen to me ever again. So from then on, we've just had insurance. And I know people might say, "Oh, what? You're supposed to be a libertarian. You're not supposed to." Well, I just don't want somebody destroying my car and then being like, "Fuck it, sorry, deal with it." You know?
Yeah, but
Jaron, there's rules to the game we have to play within. You know, there's an bounds. So I mean, I don't want to have insurance, but it's just how the game works. I mean,
not everybody's like you. I told my wife, if we would have hit their car and totaled their car, and they would have came over and said, "Hey, this car's $4,000, you owe us $4,000," I would have done everything possible to get them their money. And I mean, ask them if I can clean their yard, ask them if they need help painting their house, anything that I could possibly do to make it even for what I did to them.
Yeah.
Even if I would go sell shit, I would get rid of stuff, I would do whatever I could to make up that money, not just sit there and be like, "Yeah, sorry." So
we've determined that it's easier to just have insurance. That's what your personal choice is. And I think it's up to everybody to make that personal choice. And I think that we all have to live with the consequences of our actions.
Right.
And I think that if people knew that they were going to be responsible for their actions, a lot less accidents would occur. But that doesn't answer the fact that people are complete idiots and make horrible mistakes, and really, really, really bad things happen all the time. But the overwhelming majority of people, I think, would be more willing to do the right thing if we were living in a society where that is what was truly mattered, and that was what is truly important. We have to remember that we're living in a system where it's very hard to be a good person. They've made it this way. They've made it so that we all have to be thinking about self-preservation and money. So we have to accept that too.
Well, hey, I want to tell a story. I want to tell this story real quick. So when I first moved to California, I lived in this shitty crackhead apartment, and one of this other guys that lived like in the apartment across from me, he was Russian. He was like broke as shit too, and and I was like, "Why did you move to America to And he basically said that his best friend was hit by a drunk driver in Russia, and that the drunk driver's dad was like a politician, so his friend that got hit ended up actually going to jail and actually getting in trouble. So he said he wanted to come to America because it was less corrupt than where he was there. So it's like, even though how corrupt America is, like, be careful what you got before it's gone. I'm saying the system's only we're going to be wishing and hoping we could go in a time machine back to 2019. I mean, I already do, and it's only going to get more restrictive. Sadly,
the taxing situation that's the joke here. I mean, that's because, here's the thing. I'm also a person that's like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll pay sales tax, right? Because it's a percent that everybody knows, that everybody agrees to, and it takes care of stoplights and roads and stop signs and things like that. Okay, great.
Well, actually, that's not true. It's the debt is so high right now that all of the money that they get through taxes goes through the debt on the dollar, and it's into the politician's pocket. It doesn't actually go towards filling potholes and stuff.
Well, where does that money come from then?
They just keep printing it.
That's one thing that's true though, Rose. I don't understand. They can print all this money. Why do they charge us taxes if they can print money out of thin air? Why don't they just use that money?
The illusion of
scarcity. I know, but Jared,
how dumb is this though? If they know what you make, right? So these employers are supposed to submit that to the IRS, right? Oh, I'm paying Alex this much money. So imagine how dumb this is that they tell you have to pay taxes, then they say, oh, and you're responsible to figure out what you owe us. You've got to do the math. And then you got to go get H&R Block because it's so confusing that only they can fill out.
And the reason they do that,
and if you don't do it right, you go to jail.
No.
And hold on.
That was all bullshit, and I refuse to ever do that kind of paperwork. I have never filed for a return or taxes ever. I just stay out of that nonsense. I don't want to know how to fill shit out.
You know why? It's self-admitted.
Darren, I'll tell you why.
Well,
Because you convict yourself.
Yes, it's self. Yes,
yeah, because the IRS has a code that says if you mistakenly say you owe the taxes and sign your name, you then owe those taxes.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
it's self-incriminating. They can't tell
exempt.
you.
They give you the option to write exempt. Everyone's exempt from income tax.
Well, let me make this one
This is
point.
probably what we should be doing on the second half of the show. Not now.
Yeah.
What do you
Well,
want to ask
last point. Last point.
You muted Alex.
Did he mute you or?
No, I muted him.
Okay, this is my last point. Yeah, well, my last point. Joe Biden just signed a thing. He's going to increase the IRS's budget by $80 billion. And last time they did that, they spend $80 billion to go get $60 billion in taxes. So it's literally, they spend $20 million, but they admit this, and Joe Biden says it's a good jobs program. So it goes back to you, Jaron. NASA's a jobs program. These politicians are so idiotic. They think if they give a bunch of people minimum wage jobs, they're helping society by robbing from, the middleman or whatever.
Held back. We can't move forward when things should move us forward, like digital currency. I get it. A lot of people hate it. But if we just adopted it tomorrow, no more banks, no more armored trucks, no more vaults, no more ATM machines. All that stuff can go away tomorrow. And yet it'll never go away. Why? Because it's just a jobs program. We would get rid of too many jobs. We can't do things that are better for humanity if it's going to get rid of jobs. We have to increase jobs, which is why COVID came and now we got to have mask making and we've got to have all these other things that go with it. And people have to make the floor signs that say you can't step here and to stay in order and 6 feet distance. It's a joke. What happened? Oh, I don't know what that was. You meant to share your screen, Rose, or no?
Oh, I didn't know that it would happen automatically. I want to show. Never mind. Well, can I show you this? This
has got to be India, right?
It's Ethiopia.
It looked like the Philippines too.
No traffic lights and no accidents, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's just an example of what happens when you don't have rules. Like people just try not to die.
Yes.
Yeah, but hey, first of all, keep playing it. But one thing is, guys, we don't want to be like India. I'm not hating on India. God bless India.
I'm pro traffic lights.
I'm pro stop signs and stop.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't want to. Do you want to drive, Rose? I drive every day. If I had to drive there without a stop sign, that would be such a pain in the ass. And the streets already here suck in America. Me looking at that gives me anxiety. I don't look at that and be like, oh, that's badass. I want to do that. No, that looks like hell.
I'm trying to help people use their imagination. It is possible to imagine a better world, and I'm just showing you
here's how I think it is a better world possible, is that communities, right?
Yes.
You can think of the community that we're in. I mean, we could find 50 people. By the way, happy birthday shout out to Joe Mama. Dave.
Oh,
Joe Mama.
Birthday? Get the fuck
happy
out of
birthday to you.
Oh, no, don't do it. Hold on, where's the mute button?
Happy birthday, Joe Mama.
Oh man, I want to hear that. That would have been
good. Birthday to you.
Sorry, Joe.
Joe, happy birthday. We wish you how many more? Maybe 56 more. Not much more.
The cats woke up from my singing, so I know it was good.
Uh-oh.
Yes, there's something good. Yeah.
You wake up only to good singing. All right, guys, we're gonna go over to the other side. Patrons, you know the link, and Rockfin, you can watch it over there as well. Every Thursday show, every Friday show will be there. Possibly, maybe even Monday going there soon. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's move over there. We'll see you guys in a minute. How much time do you have, Rose? Do I have time to show you that officer interaction over there? What time do you have your appointment? 2?
I have to check. I'll stay with you and I'll let you know if I have to go. Let me double check.
All right, we'll see you guys over there in a second. I got to play the outro and get everything turned off. See you in a minute.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. To continue watching the show, become a patron today. You'll get full access to every video and every show. You'll get full access to the website. You'll get all 250 plus Jaronism Raw shows, and you'll get monthly patron-only hangouts. You can also contact Jaron easily, and so much more. All for just $5 a month.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying goodbye on my stream. Guys, catch us. If you guys want to see the whole stream, go to the patreon.com/conspiracycastle. You guys can see it all if you go to patreon.com/conspiracycastle. This is the Baby Truther